guys, please share the room. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Let your communities know that we are here. And also, real quick, if you guys will check out my pinned post, I'll mention this throughout the show too. We do have an AMA coming up next Monday, and we are going to start doing some of these AMAs with projects. And these will be 1 hour spaces dedicated to a project where it's a full-on AMA. We've got the team with us. You all can ask questions, and we're going to be doing giveaways during these spaces too. So if you guys want to lock in your chance there at not only $100 an ETH, but to learn about Meta Brawl, we're going to be doing an AMA with this gaming play on Ethereum. Again, it's my pin post. So go ahead and set your reminders. If you guys could share that out there, we want to fill the space up next Monday night. And if any project here or anybody you know or you're part of communities or they're looking for a full-on AMA, let us know, and we do offer that as well. So with that being said, Zach, what's going on, man? What are you expecting today from Jerome Powell, man? Do you think the markets are going to be volatile? What's your overall take right now on the markets?
Yeah, I think the volatilities. Can you hear me first and foremost?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I just had to set up the live stream. The volatility will definitely be there. I think the market has kind of plateaued at the moment, at least in crypto. I see a gradual move going up, but slow. I just don't see the catalyst yet until, like we talked about yesterday, until the banks really open the floodgates for money to flow into the market. I think that'll be the next catalyst because Trump's in office. What he did with his token kind of stalled the crypto in a little, in some ways. Basically, I think a lot of people were banking on him pushing tokens everyone invested in, some big stuff, but unfortunately, he pushed his own narrative, which kind of drained the swamp a little bit, as I say. I don't know what will really actually make it moon. Altcoin season's coming up, but I think things are moving slow. So I have basically, my point is I've cashed out a lot of stuff into stables, and I'm really just waiting to see where things are moving. And I'm glad I did that because it's moving in the wrong direction a little bit. It's kind of stagnant, but I'm okay with that. Things are definitely changing. What I thought was going to be hot, it's not, and vice versa. I knew 2025 would be a compelling year. Basically, things are going to change, but I don't think we're going to see. I think this is the last phase of the bull runs in the future. I don't know if we're going to see those huge gains like we seen before because we have a pro crypto president. I still think meme coins have that sector in the space. There will always be those meme coins that do that 100x, 1000x, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to altcoins and some stable stuff, I think it's just a gradual move up as mass adoption comes. So we are early, but not so early, I think. But I guess what you're asking me is where do I see? I see it going down a little bit, retracing. I think people are kind of coming out of that cloud now, because always you buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal. And now that Trump's in office, I think things are just a little stagnant. Honestly, I'm a big advocate of RWAs. I'm still kind of sick. Sorry, I'm trying to spit this out with some energy, but it's hard. And I think NFTs are going to make a comeback as they apply NFTs to certain real world assets. I think that's going to be the next phase of things, because the market is so saturated that we need something really to give value. A lot of tokens and stuff won't last. But I think this is a great time for NFT projects to swoop in and take some of the shine, I think. And that can even be towards government stuff, paying bills with NFTs, that kind of stuff. So I see a gradual move to the upside, but very, very slow at the moment until banks open the floodgates, and then I can see a massive move. But right now, I'm really just trying to find that next, 100x for fun, but watching things kind of shift a little bit more towards what Trump's doing. And I think altcoin season's going to come a little faster than I expected, honestly. Because I was hoping for him to pump all of our bags, whether it was SHIB, Pepe, Ethereum. He did well for Solana, but that's, I didn't know he was going to do Solana, but that helped because I sold a lot of Ethereum for Solana, just because I know it's the meme chain of 2025. But overall, I think things will do very well. It's just patience. Patience is key right now. And if you're in for the long haul, this is nothing. If you're in for short gains, I hate to say it, but Trump kind of took that away and really put it into his project. And he kind of he leveled a lot of projects, honestly. And that's kind of what I've been seeing in telegrams. I'm a ghost in a lot of stuff, so I look around and just watch the overall market, really. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. My monologue's a little too long, like Paige says. He says, "Shut up after 5 minutes." I think I did my 5 minutes. I don't see the catalyst right this moment. It will come, and that's gonna be Microsoft. It's gonna be Apple. That's gonna be banks, and I think that's what we need the flood of money to come in, because right now we're just circulating money from one project to another. Unfortunately, that is what it is, and people are trying to make the most gains out of what's happening right now, but I still think solid plays, Podchain, Bitcoin on base, that kind of stuff. I think that's going to do very well in the long run, and I'm a big advocate of that stuff. So I got nice bags there, but I did sell a lot of stuff and put it in stables, and I'm just watching. And stables is a good thing, whether it's Solana, Ethereum, that kind of stuff. I kind of have it spread out a little bit, and I'm bullish. Honestly, I'm bullish just to be in the market, really, and coming to these spaces and learning from everyone. Yesterday was a great space between Mutasco and I think it was Tim. That was great, knowledge. And sometimes I love to sit back and not talk a lot and really pay attention, take notes. I don't know everything, but learning is the key in this space. The more you know, the better decisions you'll make. So come to these spaces all the time. And yeah, definitely check out the AMA. That's going to be fire. That's coming up soon. We should post it to the top of the bubble there. Zach, we can push yours to the other one. But all right, I'm going to move on to the next co-host. But I'm bullish, even though the market is kind of stagnant. I am fucking bullish. Let's just say. Thank you.
Yeah, man, there's no reason not to be, right? And Zach, I appreciate you, bro. I know you're powering through. Man, everybody's sick right now. So man, get well, get some sleep. Make sure you get your rest and take your damn vitamins, drink your water, do all that stuff. Seriously though, it is super important. If you got access to a sauna, hit your sauna, man. That's good for you. But no, I think we're just kind of, hanging in the balance. It's kind of that weird time in the market where everybody's asking the question, but nobody really has the answer. Everybody's asking the question, what the hell's going on here? Which direction are we going to move? And it's just, I think we're waiting for the next crypto catalyst, really. And, we got the Fed meeting today, guys. We'll see kind of what Jerome Powell says. If we get some bullish sentiment, this could definitely create some narratives for us, right, moving forward. Remember, Trump said recently, now, he says a lot of things, but he said recently he's urging the Feds to basically lower interest rates. So I don't know if that happens today at this meeting. The expectation is that, things kind of stay the same. We'll see kind of what the real sentiment is, though, moving forward. A lot of times these meetings aren't necessarily about the decision made at those meetings. It's about the forecast, right? If you listen to the Q&A after Jerome Powell speaks, it's more or less all about, okay, what's coming down the pike here, right? Like, what can we expect in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now? So I'll be listening in. I'll be getting the cliff notes from that, probably making another video about it. I talked about it in my first video out today on YouTube, just kind of, different scenarios and different things that I'm looking at. But it'll be interesting to kind of see. And, will Donald Trump drop some more news on us? I think we're still waiting for some of these things to come to fruition. Like, do we get an update on a strategic Bitcoin reserve? We know that, Cynthia Lummis said that, at some point in 2025, we're going to have it. Meanwhile, though, we've got a lot of states front running the U.S. government, or at least attempting to front run the U.S. government. I think I read this morning Arizona had just filed for their Bitcoin strategic reserve, and I think we're up to like 13 or 14 states now that are like vying and jockeying for position to kind of get this thing out the gate. So we've got a lot of great things in the works. We've got a great environment in front of us. It's just right now at the present day, the market's kind of stagnant a little bit. But you know what? On days like today, it's a great opportunity to really dig in, do some more of your research, do some more due diligence, and find diamonds in the rough. Find where the market is undervalued, right? Whether it's sectors or particular plays or RWA and AI and layer ones. This is the time to really do your research and dig in, before the market really makes its big move, and anytime we're getting these 7-10% pullbacks, it's a great opportunity in my opinion to make a play. And we will get, guys, in my opinion here, we will get another, whatever you want to call it, flash crash, correction, something to the tune of like 15 to 20%. I think another one of those will happen in this long elongated bull cycle, and that is another opportunity. Zach, to your point, why you want to have some cash on the sideline. Having some stable coin at all time, if you can do it, I think is a really good idea, because you just never know when that next big opportunity is going to drop in front of your lap, and you want to be able to take action, right? You want to be able to take advantage of it. So let me jump over to Paid real quick, guys. Make sure you share the room. Let's get everybody in here. Paid, what's going on, man? What's your take right now? What are you seeing? Cardano went fully decentralized, huh? I saw that news today. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I mean, if you have enough money, you can centralize it pretty quickly. I'll just say that. Just for people that don't understand, Bitcoin's decentralized, but BlackRock and Michael Saylor, they're doing pretty okay. I want to keep it short right now. I gotta go get some water. Like Zach said, guys, health as well. So get some water and stuff. But I'm just gonna say, yesterday went on a little buying spree. Not crazy, but Ondo Finance got a little bit of a bag. Akash Network got a little bit of a bag, and I got one other. I forgot the other one. Doesn't matter. But Ondo and Akash right now are looking pretty good. And with RWAs coming to the forefront with XRP, I think it's time to be looking heavily at RWAs. I'm going to end it with that for right now.
Oh, good stuff too, guys. SWI is now live on Phantom. This is really big for the SWI blockchain. So you can send, swap, and explore the first move-based chain on Phantom. This is huge. What this means, you can now manage your assets and explore the entire SWI ecosystem right on the Phantom wallet. This is huge for SWI and huge for anything built on top of SWI that's going to be coming to Phantom. As we know, I mean, Phantom has been the best wallet, I think, for the past year plus. I mean, it has been, they've knocked it out of the park. So you guys know how I feel about SWI. I'm extremely bullish. And this is a big catalyst. It's not something that's going to pump the price right now. This is a long-term catalyst over time here that's just going to give so much more exposure to the SWI network and anything and everything built on SWI as well. So super excited about that. I also posted up to the Jumbo the Cardano Foundation post. So yes, the Plum and hard fork has went live. Fully decentralized governance now is intact, and ADA holders have real voting power now on pretty much everything within the ecosystem. So I posted that up there as well. And yes, my pin post on my profile, we're going to have a massive AMA coming up on Monday. So make sure you guys lock that in with Meta Brawl. That's going to be fun. We are joined by Bitcoin on Base, our main sponsor here on the Crypto Breakfast Club, one of our main sponsors. So shout out to Bitcoin on Base, and make sure you guys give them a follow as well, and definitely lock in. But if we're looking at the market right now, I'm seeing here on days like today, one of the things I like to do is not sort by what's up, but sort by what's down. what's getting hit the hardest right now? The Trump token is down 7+%, sitting at $27. I think we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I know it's kind of drained and flushed out the market a little bit, but I still like it as a trade, especially when it dips down into like the mid 25-ish level, anywhere in and around here. It seems to bounce. I do think we're going to see some kind of surge out of that again. Speaking of RWA, you've got XDC, which is down 8% today. I like that. Interesting play. You got Radium and Jupiter, both the Solana dexes, down about 10% right now. Those could be some opportunities there as well. I'm looking down the list a little bit. Algorand still sitting down here at 36 cents, man. $3 billion market cap. It's one of the ISO plays. It kind of fits into the whole narrative of American-based cryptos. I think that's still very undervalued. And XLM as well, down 5%, sitting at 39 cents. So that's kind of where my attention, if I'm looking at, some of the ones that are down. Oh, I see Render as well, down 6+%. Render's another interesting play if you're trying to get some exposure to the AI sector. Render hasn't seen a full-fledged bull cycle yet. That could be an interesting play as well. But guys, come on up here and join us. I mean, I don't want to just talk to Zach and Paid the whole show. Paid, what's up?
Yeah, you don't?
I mean, not for 2+ hours. I talked to you guys enough.
Yo, real quick before my fucking internet rugs, because I feel like it's coming soon. I don't know if you saw this, Zach, on the Phantom wallet. They're about to be the #1 wallet, in my opinion, because they upgraded, I think, yesterday prior to the SUI announcement. They upgraded that you can do swaps on the Phantom wallet between chains. So you can buy a project on, SUI, swap it internally in the Phantom wallet for a project on Solana or Ethereum or any of them. So these other wallets don't catch up pretty soon. Phantom will take over everything because you can swap anything for anything. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, man, Phantom has killed it. The other thing I want to talk about too, real quick, and just bring up a little bit is, Bitcoin right now, man. I mean, I was on a Bitcoin maxi space last night, and I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, obviously. I invest in all different kind of stuff, but I listen in, and they've got some interesting takes, and I was listening in, and they're talking about this idea of a supply shock, and I think it's a real thing. I mean, it's definitely something to watch as these big institutions kind of make their way in. Right now I think we're heavily manipulated, and that's why we're kind of range bound right now. But if you guys remember, I mean, in 3 months' time, we went from 70K to over 100K. That is a god candle. Just so you guys know. I mean, so we've already had a god candle already in this cycle, and a lot of people just forget it. A lot of people, what are you doing for me lately, right? And you got to kind of look at the big picture and say, okay, we just made a huge move, so it kind of makes sense that we kind of get a little stagnant here, right? I mean, a lot of people are kind of hanging in the balance. We had a lot of people taking profits, but the ETFs are creating a lot of trading right now on Bitcoin, so it's creating this stagnation, I think, in the price. But we're going to have a Bitcoin supply shock at some point when we get some of these big catalysts that come to fruition, and we're going to get, I think, some more of these god candles. I mean, if we're looking at Bitcoin, how high it could go, it's all speculation, it's all a guess, right? But I'm still going to say that we're going to get somewhere near that $200,000 range at some point this cycle, and then Ethereum, I know it's crazy to think this now because it hasn't moved, but I'm still going to say somewhere between the $12,000 $14,000 range on Ethereum, and you got to look at the big picture. It's so easy to kind of get bottled into like every minute on the chart and every hour, and a week goes by and I hear the rumblings. It's like, what's going on in the market? Nothing's happening. And it's like, guys, this shit it happens fast. You know what I'm saying? And you got to see the big picture on all of this. But Clifford, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Breakfast Club? Appreciate you, Zach. Yeah, man, agree with everything you just said there, and paid too. I like Phantom, man. It's smooth. It's smooth. It's fast. It's they've got a good bit of stuff on there, so it's cool. It's yeah, man. It's crazy though. I was watching the charts last night, and I was waiting for ETH to go under 3K. I had a buy put in under 3K, man, and then they just would not let it fall under 3K. I was watching it. I think it got down to like 30.43 or 30.44, something like that, and they just would not let it get under 3K. I'm going to today's an interesting day though, because and I'm sure you probably already talked about this. I missed the opening, but we've got the FOMC, after lunch, around 1 o'clock my time. And then we have a lot. This is a huge earnings day for some of the big boys. We got Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, IBM. After the closing bell today, that's going to be announcing some of their earnings reports. So I'm hanging out, man. I'm just going to watch and see what happens today, and hope, hope that buy order that I have is going to go through. If it doesn't, I'm happy. If it does, I'm happy. So either way, I'm bullish on whatever happens today. I mean, if you just look around at everything that's happening, everything that's coming out of the U.S. government. I saw where China also is, their SEC is approving some things too. So the whole world right now is bullish on crypto. So I just, man, whatever happens in the short term, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to try to stack opportunities while I can. So, not financial advice, but if it comes along, that's my plan. But yeah, man, happy to be here.
Yeah, you bring up some good points, Clifford, and I want to get over to Larry here a little bit here, talk a little bit about, the next big catalyst, and we got the Fed meeting today. But you got to zoom out, and there are other things to look at, outside of just the charts. And that gives you a lot of insight. I was looking at some things this morning, the increase in crypto wallets, right? And we just got that data in from Q4. These are really important metrics to look at. You can look at Google search trend data, right, on all your top assets. These are things that I like to do, especially on days like today, where or really like the last couple weeks where the market's relatively quiet. We're really range bound. Let me dig a little deeper. Let me see what's going on here. What's happening? What's the real sentiment? What's going on behind the scenes? And we've just hit an all-time high in terms of mobile wallets. Okay, you've got more and more people from the institutional side getting in. You've got rumors behind the scenes that BlackRock is reportedly looking to expand its institutional offerings. They want basket ETFs, and they're going to get it. Okay, and they're looking at assets like XRP. They're looking at Solana. They're looking at AVAX. They're looking at Cardano. They're looking at HBAR. They're looking at XLM. What do all these have in common? We've been talking about it here on the Breakfast Club for a really long time. US-based crypto assets, right? And so when we talk about seeing the bigger picture, Clifford, to your point, there's a lot of preparation that should be going into your portfolio. You should not just be buying things to buy things because you heard it once or you heard some guy say it in a video or what. Sure, that's part of your research, right? This is coming from a guy who makes videos for a living. But it shouldn't be the end all be all, right? There's so much information out there. And sure, volatility is going to be a thing. We can't get rid of that in crypto. But guys, Bitcoin's still comfortably above 100,000. I mean, this looks really good to me. Okay. And as we know in crypto, things happen when we least expect it. And you just want to be in the game. You just want to have your chips on the right plays, and when we least expect it, boom. And so don't let any one news piece shake you out. I mean, I sit back here and look at this whole thing from DeepSeek, right? And oh my gosh, it's crashing the markets, holy shit, run for the hills, this is the black swan event. Not even 24 hours later, the market reclaimed all that it lost. I mean, people were running for the hills from Nvidia, for example. Nvidia went down 17%. It reclaimed it all in 24 hours. You know who bought Nvidia? This guy. I even put it, I forget where I posted it, I think on X. I was like, this is a buying opportunity, guys. Are you freaking kidding me? Don't let them scare you out of your positions. You're here for a reason. Like we're here to see this thing through. And for those of you who aren't, who you're just trying to get rich overnight, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You've got to be willing to see this thing through and ride the waves. And you will be rewarded. I mean, ask anybody who's been in the market for the last 4 or 5 years actively. They're winning. They're winning. Larry, what's up, man?
Well, about the DeepSeek thing, that's like not a big deal. Like I said, the founder is 80 years old. That has nothing to do with his age or anything, but he's a nice guy. Met him twice. Wrote an article about it, and DeepSeek is not the biggest boogeyman or competitor for AI, toolkit supremacy. The usurpers will be the 7 other bigger ones, like Alibaba's and Huawei's, are far superior to DeepSeek's capabilities. They just have to get clearance from central Chinese government to unleash. But it's already widely available here, and I made a video today that breaks down the best open source or readily available for investment or purchase AI toolkits. Go on my video, and if you want to find some good prospects for investment, no financial advice, you'll find them there. Or you just want to build on it for the cheap or free almost, go through there and you'll find those. You don't have to look for them. I've again consolidated another list of what's best now beginning of 2025. You don't have to look. Go through the video, you'll find it. And I saw that Paid put this just in. China allows ownership of Bitcoin and crypto. I think we talked about that like 2 months ago. Fuck, I already told you guys it was going to be legal. It's just funny that it's not even news. That's the thing. You can really see how bottlenecked actual real data is in even here on X. But the big thing again is you have 7 bigger, much more scarier or cheaper or faster alternatives to DeepSeek that will be unleashed, within the next, I don't know, couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, probably. Probably no financial advice, but it would be good again. If you have stables, buy some stables because some of these are going tokenized. I'll have a list. Like I told you, I would have a list here shortly of things that are coming out on the Chinese exchange. I reposted something from the Hong Kong Special Crypto Economic Zone Authority. They've granted that they have a total of 7 licenses for exchanges and for investment houses. So they're really going to get into it. And when they start pumping some of that supply of Bitcoin that they've been sitting on back into circulation, you're really going to see things go crazy. The volatility is there pre-programmed in. It's just if you can put it past your emotions and say, okay, it's a good buying opportunity. No financial advice, but it's easier said than done. It's not that easy, right? But there's that. Oh, and I'm telling you, man, you better stay focused on Japan. Japan's really moving, and it's both ideologically and strategically against the momentum of China. I'm just telling you that it's not done. Layer 2 ETH also not done. And Zach, you talked about all these ready to buy ETFs. Litecoin and XRP probably will have 3 to 6 approved very shortly. Litecoin's Canary One is going to go forward fast. And like Solana does have a lot of the market supremacy right now, but their ETF approvals are not happening as fast because they have the same catalyst that pumps them is the same catalyst that holds them down. Radium and Pump Fund are not the political choices, politically popular choices. But there are, again, going to be some competitors coming out of China that are also going to utilize Solana. So you're going to have competitors to Pump Fund Radium very soon coming out of APAC. The reason
Larry,
why
I was thinking real quick. There's probably going to be an American-based ETF coming with Trump.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean,
Yep.
like the top U.S.-based companies in an ETF, that's coming.
What's stopping? Okay, so this you brought up a very good point, and we talk about RLUSD, but beyond RLUSD, you look at World Liberty and you look at the strategic initiatives that the government is signing right now, and the dollar itself is still the king, the number one standard. It's still the number one monetary and logistical standard, right? And what's stopping the U.S. government for doing a one-to-one token to dollar like Tether? Why they don't have to rely on even XRP? They can use XRP for on ramp and for a payment rail or vehicle, and the financial instrument itself. But with the current things that the president's doing and the administration's formulating to, they have all of the right people, they have the right technology now, and they have all the right tax incentives. What's stopping them from putting a one-to-one versatile vehicle purchasing instrument backed on the U.S. dollar, on the Fed or the Federal Reserve, and start tokenizing all the assets and pay debt and collect debt, like the tariffs, etc., on this stable coin? I just don't see why. It would be common sense, not, it's just common sense to have it. And if they want to package it on ROUSD, they can. And I don't know if you saw the news with Ondo. I talked about this recently. Man, it's going crazy, bro. Again, when you have some of the same executives and C-level suite officers that are on Ondo's board and on BlackRock, there's going to be no shortage of liquidity for movement, right? And if you see what they're going to tokenize, it's crazy. But yeah, Zach, you really hit the nail on the head, though. Is all the ETFs and ease of being able to purchase or invest into an ETF. You want to know really the reasons staking pools are going away, or they're making staking pools illegal. Why invest into something that's not regulated when you can have a regulated staking pool? Because if you look at what ETFs really are, it's just a staking pool with a vesting period and some rules. That's ingratiated to a single owner or person, right? So a lot of these concepts are just repackaged and reformulated concepts that have existed in DeFi for a long time. And that's what I got into a debate with someone this morning. But I was going to tell you, though, the reason why I know that competition is coming for Pump Fund and Radium is I had no less than, at Metatrust, I had no less than 6 public chain level on Rust. So it's going to be Solana or another Rust language, but no less than 6 requests for like huge audit projects from big companies. I can't talk about who they are, but yeah, now that we knew that digital assets were going to be legal in China, now I have a little bit of context to give you on that it's coming, right? So Chinese people love casinos, right? So there's no questioning that. If you go to any casino in America, you'll see Chinese people playing every day of the week, every hour of the day, and it's no different in DeFi. So we always make the joke about when the Chinese whales are coming, they're going to clean it up. But if you look at Trump token, that's a primary example of that, right? and then you look at the purchase sizes, you know, really we see these whale and shrimp and shark, you know, monikers for whales or for purchases. You couldn't be a Chinese. A lot of us that would think that we're whales in the Western world or regular, North America or Europe. Your portfolio or your buying power, you wouldn't be a whale in a Chinese whale group. It's crazy how much money they have and how much they actually can effectuate a chart. It makes me sick sometimes. It's scary, right? But so look for more market volatility. It's coming because when Alibaba and Huawei launched their you know AI toolkits, it's DeepSeek is not shit compared to these two. And they got lots of money because, again, it wasn't a public agenda. But if you looked at the New Year's response to the U.S., it said that you should act in your best judgment or behave yourself. That was a kind of off the chest like warning, that we know we need to trade with you, but it doesn't mean that we're going to trade with you at a disadvantage anymore. So I don't know if you've seen the tone has been kind of calmed down a bit. And to President Trump's credit, he really said, well, maybe Silicon Valley should get over their egos and stop trying to, charge people too much money, charge the public too much money, and make these services comparable. Because the biggest thing about DeepSeek is it costs 1/17th price to operate OpenAI. You can buy 1 million plus tokens for $1. You can build a project out for $1, bro.
Larry,
Hello, yeah, Clifford, you're speaking.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt you, but BRICS News just released, and this backs up what you're saying. China's Alibaba releases artificial intelligence platform that says it's better than OpenAI, DeepSeek, and Meta. Just released like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Clifford, can you put that up in the nest?
I can't. Not letting me comment in here, but I will try.
Or just
Hey,
DM it to me. DM it to me, bro.
Okay.
I'll throw it up there. I can probably
I
find
knew
it.
this. I did mention this in my thread a little bit, but I was told not to because we're providing them some security, second and third party security, but I couldn't help myself because, fuck, man, why not? I mean, and Alibaba's making their announcement about Huawei.
It's
Like,
up there,
I
Zach.
know.
It's up, Zach. Sorry, Larry.
No, it's okay. Like, the Alibaba one. The one thing that it can do that DeepSeek, OpenAI, and Meta can't do is it can run a RAG. You can do a RAG and a multimodal setup by yourself on lightweight framework. People always talk about how, like I saw all this shit talking about how, DeepSeek is a data funnel. But again, like any type of AI toolkit you use is going to be a data funnel because nothing is for free. When you're on those terms and conditions, when you're using all of your data, your input data becomes, property of the provider. So I guess I hate how it's being politicized, like, and there are some like I was talking about on DeepSeek, like if you ask about like Spratly Islands or things like that, it's gonna say that those islands belong to China, right? But like if you go on Meta or you go on to OpenAI, some politically charged questions you ask about like immigration or gender identity, it also will give you and excuse my language, some straight bullshit that doesn't make sense, right? So it's not really about that, right? Like it's just, man, stop making excuses. But the exciting thing is like we have the solutions right here with like some of the people that are in this room right now, right, to build. And Silicon Valley has the ability to become better, because it started here, right? So it's just about getting over ego and not trying to rake people over the coals to make a profit. And OpenAI, the problem with them is they were a unicorn when there was a time of just a lot of horses. Now there's lots of unicorns around. But the difference is OpenAI has never admitted that it's used other people's IP. They are just really good at taking or using other people's shit and labeling it as their own. It's like Bill Gates, like, Microsoft. It's no different. See a meteoric rise of a good businessman that did shady deals. And, again, I equivocated to the same thing. I'm not into, bro, I'm not going to tell people that, you should worship me. Like, I use Bill Gates because I think he's an evil man. I think he's a very good businessman, but I think he's an evil man. And what I equivocated to is like, he was put in charge of, again, you know, s- being an immunologist, being an expert on vaccines. He wasn't even a medical physician. People just didn't realize that because they're just so caught up on the fact that he's Bill Gates, right? And the founder of OpenAI, same, you know, if you just really dig through, I'm not taking shots at his portfolio or his background, but I do know the founder of DeepSeek. He's an 80-year-old man. I saw him twice in real life. Really humble, really quiet, mild mannered, no ego. And I guess that's kind of the difference culturally. And he's never said he even publicly admitted I never wanted DeepSeek to be a disruptor or a political agenda in the market. I just wanted to provide an AI toolkit that could give the average person more access on a lightweight setup and provide it at a fraction of the cost because most people don't have access to LLMs or supercompute. The market here is huge for that, right? And the tools that go along with it. So I really, you're going to see some more market disruption. You're going to see even some more chip competition. I'll give you a hint now too. For those of you that don't live in the U.S., if you can invest in Huawei and Xiaomi, I'm not giving you financial advice, but you probably should because even Samsung, they're all releasing chipsets that are going to be equivalent to the what was announced at SEC at the CES show for Nvidia for sub $500 as well. And the biggest difference is it's going to be available. It's not going to be like you have to be, you don't have to be Donald Trump to get one. You're not going to have. They're why you really have to look at it as common sense wise. Like they have a $4,500 processor they couldn't keep up with orders for, but they got criticism from the market and the powers that be because they know they can make a chipset that's better for sub $600. But do you really think that they couldn't even fill the orders for the $4,500 chipsets? That they're going to take money away from their shareholders and the company? No, that's foolish to think that they just did that to cool the jets on speculation. It's just business, right? And I look at this as a similar like framework for DeFi. Lots of people from protocols are promising things from utility AI, RWA, DeepIn, are promising based on theoretical technology, just to keep up with the arms race. But actually, when it comes to delivering something that's better than the MVP or something that's real, it's not happening. So just chill out, and use common sense. But like, yeah, you got to keep your eyes stuck on China for a while because they're they're taking a different approach. They don't need to posture, you know, I guess with ideology or with politics or even military power. This what we're entering into 2025 is have a level-headed president that's a good businessman. He knows that the U.S. is the only other big bully on the block, the other one being China. So, and his language with China has been very reflective of that. It's common sense. Um, he doesn't have to play ball with everyone else, but you do have to play ball with China when you look at largest consumer of goods and largest producer of goods, right? And You got to have equilibrium because that affects DeFi as a whole, no matter which way we look at it. Because it's very simple. If you look at on-ramp, off-ramping of funds, and how centralized, decentralized finance is becoming right now, you just could just tell by the ebb and flow. Again, Zach, you just mentioned it. Bitcoin's still over $100,000. We were just at $30,000, right? I mean, people
It's
forget.
crazy. It's crazy, Larry, because people are just so short sighted and they forget. I mean, we had a God candle there, man. I mean, I mean, when Trump
People
got
need,
reelected, we were literally under 70K, and we've topped
bro.
out at 109,000. I mean, that's a crazy move
Look,
from a market cap that's already massive. And yeah, we get a little stagnant after that, but I mean, there are
people
so
are still
many
eating, man.
things. Yeah, I mean, there are so many things to look forward to here. So many catalysts just basically sitting right in front of us. And yeah, I mean,
That XRP was a good example, sub 250, 240, 235,
yeah.
and then shot back up to 305, 307,
I mean, yeah, just the other day it dipped down to 266 and then it's back up to 377 within
yeah,
like 12
and
hours. I mean, it's crazy.
Bitcoin got to 95. And if you had the 94, 93 even for short periods, if you had the wherewithal to be able to short, you would have been I mean, it's just it. And bro, we call it every time, bro. It it's 10 to 30% every 2 or 3 days, bro. It's not even a joke. I said that 2 weeks ago that we're going to experience these regular volatility swings, and it's almost like clockwork. The only thing
Yeah.
that was different was Trump token. But you could see how the market still stabilized, even with one token draining 60 or 70% of the liquidity out of the whole market. It wasn't like Solana on Sundays where it took, 30% from each one or whatever. It took 70 or 80%. But even that's calming down because the ceiling's been hit, right? Like the president can't do that anymore because now he's not Joe Public anymore. He's the president of the U.S. So there's no double jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the Trump coin, I mean, it's an interesting play. We were talking about it yesterday a little bit. It's like at these levels at 25 bucks. I mean, will it go up again? Probably. I mean, you can make a play on it, but I think we're going to see that capital kind of reshuffle back around. You got World Liberty Fi buying another $10 million worth of ETH.
Yes, ETH.
You've got
Oh, that's the other
news
thing.
today. You got news today that Trump Media and Technology Group now they're going to launch Truth.fi. So they're getting into fintech. I mean,
Yep.
he's getting into crypto in all of his companies. That stock skyrocketed over 15% on the news already. You've got Binance accumulating Ondo right now. They haven't listed Ondo yet. Okay. They've got their big event coming up. Ondo does. And I think we're going to get some fireworks at that event.
There'll be a huge announcement on Ondo
Yep.
from Binance. And in specific, Binance, well, I better not say it, but I have been telling you that there is a correlation between those two for quite some time. But here's the big news for Ethereum. Bet your ass that Ethereum Foundation itself, this is going to be the big news. I always tell people you should just hold on to your ETH because do you think that Ethereum is not going to reincorporate some part of its entity back into the US? Because if you don't think so, you're foolish in thinking that. You think the liquidity that's been sold off by Vitalik's not going somewhere? The pace of development and pace of investment from Ethereum has been 2,000% over combined of every other foundational token in the space in their foundations. But he's part of the narrative, man. Ethereum Foundation is reorganizing for a reason. They have all of these layer and chain agnostic upgrades for a reason. And the reason is because since the beginning, people forgot they didn't make the sacrifice from proof of work to proof of stake for speed and gas. They never did that. It's much better when it was proof of work. It's much more profitable. But in order to continue to build and survive and be a mainstay or pillar for the space, that's my alpha to you is Ethereum Foundation will integrate into the Big Seven and OPAC, and to make sure that they have a bedrock foundation against all of the ETFs because they're the first to have ETFs out. for short or medium duration transactionary process. Not like Bitcoin, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean,
it's coming.
100%.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. ETH looks really interesting right now, for sure. I'm like, I'm not selling any of my Ethereum right now at all.
BlackRock is going to be matching, more than likely, BlackRock Grayscale will diversify and match Ethereum or Ethereum ecosystem, based digital assets as a leverage mechanism against, what World Liberty is doing. So, I mean, if you want a good, I'm not giving you financial advice, but it's just really common sense. You want to see 20 or 30%, 3 or 4x. I mean, it's probably going to happen soon because
I agree.
we tested bottom and we're not going any lower. This is the same every 10 to 30 days. We drop 30% and then we're up like 30 or 40%. And then what happens is that bottom ceiling, the bottom that we hit, keeps going up a little bit by little bit. So we never hit a lower bottom ever. That's really the show of like centralized.
You know what this
finance.
reminds me of, Larry? It's like, remember when everybody was saying XRP is a stable coin? It's not moving. It's stupid. And look at this, XRP it's dead. And it's right about that time where you get the big move and everybody looks silly. That's at least what I'm banking on, man. But hey, I want to get down to your Golden. Your Golden, what's up, man? Golden, you there, bro?
Yeah, brother. Sorry. I just want to say, yeah. So Zach, hey Larry, and everything that you're talking about DeepSeek, I've been tuning in. I've just been reading all the articles that you've been laying out, so I appreciate it. For everybody that's hearing about all the AI stuff, and all that jazz, like it's exciting times. It's the time to take advantage of it. So I'm really stoked. And also learning about AI too. There's a back end. There's tokens to it too. So also keep in mind that if you're looking at a project that's coming out, they usually have tokens. So like DeepSeek has tokens as well. I just want to give that point out. But Zach, this is great. Thank you for your time. And Larry, please keep educating us on this. Like I'm just geeking out on this, man. So yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. I've been putting out 2 or 3 articles every 2. I'm exhausted from it, but people keep asking me. So I don't want people to get taken advantage of or like get directed to misinformation. All of the utility suites that I put out on the list for video, they're the best for both safety, value, money. Like DeepSeek, you can buy 1 million plus tokens for $1. It's 1/17 the cost of the lowest plan on OpenAI, and it's far better than Llama, right? So I didn't mean to cut you off, Zach, but it's just like if you go through all of my feeds, you'll see that I give you that whys and why nots, and what's free, and what can take your lightweight setup at home and make you a heavy hitter for free. And maybe it's not good for even some of the protocols that we're associated here with, but they took $500 million of liquidity out of Solana with a DeepSeek bot that was done by like a couple of just amateurs, and they proliferated this bot. So in China, they took 500 million out. So
Wow.
you don't have to buy bot. I mean, it's really getting to the point where you can, make your own, like your home brew, and your home brew would probably run and at minimal cost, so.
Yeah. Larry, I don't know if you saw this news too. Sui going on Phantom, getting integrated today. That's bullish as well for anybody interested in that. UK Crypto Queen, what's going on?
Hey guys, hi, thank you, Zach. Thanks so much for having me up. Yeah, I saw that you were hosting a space. I don't think we've spoken in person before, so I have been meaning to pop in. I do listen in sometimes to you guys, and I love the content that you guys are sharing. And yeah, I'm excited for Phantom because I mean I'm all in on memes, right? And I started out on ETH memes, and then I went to Solana, and then I went to Base, and then I went down the Sui rabbit hole recently. Someone that I met in a project in Solana introduced me, and so I'm really very, very bullish on the Sui memes right now, and I just very excited about this integration because of course there is, obviously there's Sui wallets, there's other ways, but I just think it opens up a whole new kind of, to a whole new audience, right? And so I'm excited about that. That's literally just happened today. And I mean, it's been a crazy kind of couple of weeks, isn't it? Since the whole Trump Melania weekend. It feels like there was kind of before Trump Melania weekend and post Melania, it's just like everything changed that weekend. And I think it's just been really kind of brutal the last couple of weeks for a lot of people, but that's why I'm excited about these projects on Sui, because I do feel like there are some real builders, Lofi, Axel, some of these top memes are gonna do well because they have docs devs who are working really hard. And I just think all of this stuff that is going with what Sui is building, with these partnerships with Phantom, just making it just so much easier to onboard the masses. So I'm excited. Thank you for giving me the time to come up. It's good to meet you guys. And yeah, let's go.
Hey, Zach, speaking of and UK Crypto Queen, I saw Lofi in a commercial on both Chinese social media for the Chinese Lunar New Year and from Sui itself, Sui Foundation, and also Solana. But I saw Lofi with a Year of the Snake on my television feed and on the Chinese social media. I was shocked by that because it's one thing to proliferate amongst private parties, but I saw again in popular media, in mainstream media, not on the main TV channels, but again on my internet, on my social media feeds in China. So times are changing, man, and yeah, that's it's crazy. We went from 4 foundational tokens to 8, for the main alts to support the markets, and the volume numbers are higher, right? So the actual inflow of liquidity, it's one token was equal to 4 of those tokens in the last super cycle, right? So it's more volatile, but again, and I just want to say thanks, Zach. As you can tell by my voice, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to take off. But I will list some of those other tradable assets, and I'll continue sharing some more threads, and I'll write. I have more articles to write because I have content daily. But again, I just said it. Huawei and Alibaba. Alibaba's talking a lot and released lots of information on there, but Huawei's AI set is going to stir up a lot of political jargon as well. Expect the U.S. to have some moratoriums based on conflict of interest, or they'll build a narrative that it's going to be a threat to security. But if you look at OpenAI itself, there's things from my standpoint of view as a security expert that I think it's not safe on your civil liberties or on your data sovereignty. Both that and Llama, because the nature of open source is both ends. It's not going to be open source without your data being part of that open source, conundrum, right? So I'll leave you guys with that. I have a little bit of a cold, and I had the pleasure of talking to Mar about some of the things. Mar's going to unpack some big things, some analysis, I think. But we were a little bit late because we had a call. But shout out Mar and the rest of you guys. Robert,
Larry, can I ask you about one last question before you leave?
what's that?
What for people that are into AI? What are the best moves to kind of be into? Because right now the agents, right? Right now people are looking to agents. They're loving that, the automation of it. What's the next thing that I should be looking into? Like, should it be storage for AI? Should it be like
Yeah,
compute
if you go
power?
through,
Yeah.
if you go through my article that you read and you commented on, I give you the best that's free or open source for storage, for framework, for language models, etc. But the biggest thing that you should be doing is if you have a hard drive that's not on a computer and you can back up whatever open source like utilities onto the hard drive, you should, because there's probably going to be a universal moratorium in the US at least, or in the EU, in the UK definitely, on what's viable and what's not viable. And it's all going to be on the pulse of the US. No matter how open-minded and how pragmatic President Trump is, the people that make the calls for there has to be compromise all the time, right? So I would, if you can, load DeepSeek somehow and keep the plugins available to you offline, because I think that, you know, with that combination, like I did in my one article with the Python plugin, the Chat GPT, Open AI, and the DeepSeek, there's a combination. There's plenty of people that will help you for free, offline and online. With those three together, you'll be able to write new tools so that you don't become redundant. And that's really the key. Is one of the key strengths of AI is self-origination and self-sentience. You're able to create based off these you know, foundational frameworks and LLMs to keep yourself from becoming redundant. So that's my advice to you: is save something good, because it probably won't be available. A matter of fact, I know most of it's not going to be available soon, the stateside in the EU and in England. So it's an arms race. So
Appreciate that, Larry. Thank you, man. Get some rest.
for sure, guys. Good night. Try to get some rest.
Appreciate you as always, brother. Mar, what's going on, man?
Hey, Zach. Oh, man. Good morning, bro. Good morning to everyone. Or good afternoon, good evening. Out here, man. Just it's been quiet. Just getting some news. I found it on X too. One of my boys found it on X, but it's all over the place too. Like a lot of money moving into exchanges, man. And I'm not talking about 1-2 million. I'm talking about 150 million dollars whales moving money into exchanges. So something is cooking, you know. But there's just been a lot of money, and I told you guys, from the beginning, these exchanges they rule, they rule. I know
I think there's
decentralized.
going to be a big sell-off. Is that what you're referring?
No, USDT.
Ah,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry. USDT moving into exchanges, man. Been seeing the news, lately, from different, people on X, and yeah, but it's gonna be, they're preparing, man. I think off season, I think off season is around the corner, man. It's overdue, you know. But I'm pumped, man. I'm fucking pumped. But yeah, man, just been quiet. Haven't done any trading. Haven't done any research. Just meditating, I guess. Doing some meditation, getting ready. But yeah, it's super bullish, and all my boys are starting to send me message. Man, you saw how much money these guys are moving into exchanges. So yeah, man, big, you know. And again, what I said yesterday, man, if anyone has an opportunity, try to get into that Trump World Liberty coin. That's I mean, that is almost like, not financial advice, but it's almost like a zero risk, man. To tell you the truth, that's gonna fly. I don't know what's your take on that coin, Zach, but on that token, but I think that thing is just gonna fly.
Yeah, if you can get in, right?
Yeah, it sucks, man. I was expecting when Trump became president to maybe take that stupid thing out where we need to show that we make over $200,000 or be in a some sort of hedge fund on I don't know. It's weird, man. And then someone from outside the U.S. could just come, show their ID, and boom, they could buy. Which yeah, I had a Costa Rican friend of mine that he bought. If you get what I'm saying. So yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks for you. It's a U.S. fucking coin. It's being dropped and sold here in the U.S. But then for U.S. investors, they need to fucking show their income tax. They make 200 grand over a year, but then a guy from Costa Rica could just fucking buy it.
I just watched Mars' blood pressure
I know.
go up, bro.
Yeah.
It's so, it's so calm.
I don't get it, man.
That's the reason you take Viagra.
I think the Viagra is starting to kick in. It's just I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I mean, am I the one here like only with the blood pressure high when I see shit like this?
You're
So
not wrong.
I'm a little disappointed with Trump when it comes to like what's going on, man. Like take this shit out already. But now I don't think you know what? I don't think he could take it out because it wouldn't be fair to the people that had to show the information on the US. So he just got to ride the wave. Plus, the thing is selling out, dude. I think it's like 10% is left there, So there's like that's it, It's that's how it's gonna roll, and it is what it is, but again, I had a Costa Rican friend that he bought, so it's good.
Yeah, bro, it is kind of crazy how they got that set up. I don't get that. I mean, why would you even do it that way? I don't even know what's the benefit of I don't get it.
I think it's their way of showing that we're using the right protocols to do the right things. It's almost it feels that way versus just kind of letting it go. Like
Bro,
it's just
and
like
they the Nvidia stock, it's been fucking like dumping, right? And they it's incredible how they cover things that they're blaming it on this fucking
Bro, but it
whatever
came
the
right back. That was so.
yeah,
That was the.
dude.
It went down
That
17%, bro. I was telling everybody, I'm like, buy. It,
yeah,
it came back the next day, bro.
yeah. But you know why it really dumped? It dumped because the new graphics cards, they're fucking garbage. They're garbage. They're like there's like 5%, 8% performance over the old ones. In fact, look how crazy it is that the old graphics cards now are gaining value because the new ones are so horrible. And there's also word is coming out that the AMD chips that are coming out in March are going to be really good, and they're going to compete against them at a better price. So I truly believe that is why the stock dropped. People did see that the graphics card kind of sucked. They went more towards AI, and but the AI doesn't really show the performance, that. But it's the worst jump from the last 10 years for these graphics cards. I'm pretty sure miners or a lot of probably I don't know, probably having a heart attack. But yeah, man, and I'm gonna say something to Nvidia. You might think that you're fucking king, but look what happened to Intel. Intel was king for years, and AMD was struggling. Then finally, 3-4 years ago, they come out with new processors that destroyed them. And even this year, even a year ago or a year and a half ago, Intel came out with a faster processor, but they started fucking burning in the computer and giving you the blue death screen. So even with that, they can't touch AMD right now in CPUs, and they rule for years. You guys know Intel, and you just gotta be careful. And that's a stock that I actually own. I own AMD. I think it's super undervalued AMD compared to the Nvidia, and yeah, man, they're very disappointed with these cards, and I think that's why they drop. And yeah, I did even with that drop, Zach, I did jump to nothing huge, pay the lunch for the week. Nvidia trade, man. All my friends were like, man, I'm buying this shit. Fuck this.
Bro, real quick, I want to reset it because I want to get back into Ethereum because I think I'm still in the camp of Ethereum gonna set off this altcoin run. But real quick, because you mentioned stocks, bro, I've been crushing it on GE Vernova. So my buddy works at General Electric. He's an electrical engineer, and so he kind of tipped me off to it months ago, bro. It's kind of a new division. So it's GE Vernova, bro. Take a look at that stock if you guys are interested in stocks.
My
They just had
my
a 17% dip this week. I just bought more this morning actually, bro. But I've been crushing. I got in at like 115. I think it's let me see what the fuck it's at right now. Bro, it's nice. I mean, it's really new too, and a lot of people don't know it. GE Vernova. You can get it on Robinhood, you can get it wherever. Let me see. Yeah, bro, it's sitting at 355 right now. Up 208% in the past year. It just launched in April 2024, bro.
Yeah,
It was
Zach, my
listed at like
friend,
115, bro. I got it like at 120 to 356 right now.
my friend became a millionaire with Rolls Royce.
Mm.
But many people think when you tell them Rolls Royce, they think of the car, right? But they don't know that Rolls Royce builds engines for for airplanes.
Yeah.
And with these two wars, they also build these engines for all these war airplanes and shit like that. And with the with these two war that the U.S. is not involved, or whatever. Uh, the stock went up. I think they like a 6-8x the last few years, and he went in like six figures, man. He goes, I'm going in with this shit, on this thing, and Nvidia also, of course. And
Yeah.
he sold everything, man. He says he sold it all, and bought a house up in middle Florida. But yeah, man, you talk about Rolls Royce, you think it's a fucking car. It is, but it's mostly they build airplanes, engines. I have no idea, bro.
Yeah. No, I think I heard you say that before too, bro. Yeah, hey man, if you can get early to a stock, it can move like a crypto kind of sometimes. But yeah, that stock is GEV, GE Vernova. If y'all are looking at that, if you're interested, check it out. But Clifford, I'll get to you real quick. I want to set this up, and I'm still under the camp, guys, and bringing it back to Ethereum real quick.
And Zach, I'm so sorry, man. Too, and the reason I brought this and brought up because people are like, why is this guy talking about Nvidia cards in the crypto?
Yeah.
I truly believe that the Nvidia dump it was the crypto dump too.
Oh, for sure, bro. The tech stocks impact crypto so much, man. I mean, we've seen it. It goes hand in hand, bro. When tech stocks go up, crypto's pumping like crazy. When they dump, we dump.
Look at Nvidia. Where was that when we were in the bear market?
Yeah,
Nvidia was fucking bad. People were thinking the company was going out.
Yeah. And then it just went crazy.
And then crypto went nuts with it too.
It follows it like neck and neck, man. Because I mean, they're both like high volatile, like they're considered risky, right? Like tech stocks are considered risky, crypto's risky. But bro, I still think, and I want to get all of you guys on the panel here, your thoughts. And guys, come on up if you want to join us too. Share the space if you haven't already. I still think this altcoin season, because you mentioned that, Mar, this altcoin season is going to start when Ethereum starts. I'm still going to be in that camp, bro. Because look at this. We've seen Solana do its thing. It hasn't done anything for the altcoin season. We've seen SWI do its thing. It hasn't done anything for the altcoin season. These things are moving by themselves. Like, okay, yeah, you got the Trump pump over here, the Trump meme coin pumping, Solana's pumping, setting new all-time highs. What did it do for alts though overall? Nothing. I mean, you had the little ISO 2022 pump, right? Where HBAR and XLM and XRP did all their thing, but it was like it's like pockets of the market are moving. If we want the entire altcoin season, we need Ethereum, and Ethereum is going to be what sparks this whole damn thing, right? I'm seeing BlackRock potentially right now, like stacking Ethereum right now. We know that World Liberty Financial and Trump, they're stacking Ethereum right now. Like, we need Ethereum to be $10,000. Like, let's go. Like, let's get Ethereum going. I don't care, like, if you're a chain maxi or whatever, you should be rooting for Ethereum. This is my take, because Ethereum will drive the entire altcoin season forward. If you guys were back here in 2021, when you look up, it didn't matter what the hell you were in the top 100. You could literally throw a dart and hit bullseye. Look what Ethereum was doing around those times. It was controlling the narrative, right? I mean, it was dominating. That's what we need. That's what we need. That is what's going to do it.
And you know what's crazy, bro? I try to always listen to people and respect their opinions about certain blockchains, like when people fought XRP, when people fought Solana, and all this. When Solana, we know during the FTX collapse, when Solana, collapsed, how it brought the market down. There are people out there praying for Ethereum to crash, to like die. These people, if they don't have any money invested in crypto, I respect that. You must hate crypto, whatever. But if you have money invested in crypto and you're praying for Ethereum to drop to number 5 and Solana flip, you are fucking nuts. You're gonna lose all your money, bro. You're done. You're done. Ethereum will bring Bitcoin also down if Ethereum goes down. I mean, if you're betting against Ethereum and you have invested money in crypto, you're a clown. You are the clown of the century. You know, because you just can't. And I seen it in spaces, Zach, where people, Ethereum is going down.
Well, they're all like Solana Maxi, bro. Like, you know, they're all Solana Maxi.
But even if there's Solana Maxi,
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to Solana if Ethereum? It's almost
For
like
sure.
praying for Bitcoin to crash and die.
You can't print it down.
Yeah, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
That comes back to what you said more earlier about USDT being delisted and crashing things. I happen to think it's going to be the opposite. And the reason I think that is because right now USDT is the enemy to centralization, right? If you think about it deeply, why is that? Because they will not prove their holdings to those that are asking. They haven't had a third party audit. Why? Well, they probably don't want somebody in their books if they don't have to be. Okay, so the EU says through their MiCA laws that these exchanges that operate over there have until a certain date to delist USDT. That doesn't mean that USDT is going to go away. Now, it may be you can't buy it on exchanges in certain parts of the world, maybe even the US.
Crypto,
we know.
Crypto.com is going to delist it in the EU. They just announced that today.
Right, exactly. But it's still going to live on chain. And why did Bitcoin originally, why did people find value in Bitcoin originally? Because it went against the status quo, because it was against the establishment, right? What is USDT doing right now? It's almost the exact same thing, in my opinion. So, you know, maybe we'll see a dip. Maybe we see the opposite. Who knows? But I do find it interesting, and you know, maybe they have the reserves, maybe they don't. Nobody knows, but they keep printing. So I think somebody, and Zach's got it up there right now. There was a billion USDT minted at the Tether Treasury this morning about an hour ago. Somebody just put $1 billion into USDT. So if you think that's going away and you think that's going to crash Bitcoin or anything else, I guess we'll have to wait and see in the future. But I think it's going to be the opposite. So you've got these centralized stable coins. I'm not going to name any names, but we all know what they do, who they work with, all that sort of thing. So, you know, there'll be some winners, there'll be some losers, but I don't know whether USDT, what they're doing or what they've chosen not to do, is necessarily a good thing or not. But it is interesting that they chose to go the path that they're going, and they don't seem to be worried about it. So, yeah, and ETH.
I wonder, Clifford, if we'll get more transparency now that Trump's in with USDT.
Maybe.
I would think that they're actively kind of working to work with them instead of work against them. Because I feel like USDT has always been this like murky thing that, you know, nobody's ever really wanted to unpack, you know, and it's always been used as a negative narrative, right? For like why crypto's risky, and you know, the powers that be that were in the United States government, that was one of their main narratives, right? It's like, well, USDT won't show their stuff, and that's why this is risky. Don't invest in crypto. You don't want to, But now you got a pro crypto, environment with Trump in here. I think they're going to be looking for answers and trying to work with them, right? And I think if we get more transparency out of that, even if it's, a little bit. I mean, you know what I mean? I feel like we're in a position where we actually could start to get some answers. And if we get information that they do have the one-to-one backing, that's going to be massive for instance.
Exactly. And think about this. What do they like to do? You guys already talked about it. NVIDIA was dead. NVIDIA was dead in the bear market. Dead and gone. They were going to go under. Mar already said it. They were going to go under. Everybody thought NVIDIA was gone, dead, gone. Same thing happening with Tether. Same exact play. Dead and gone. Delisted. Out of here. There's better around. Just got to think about it.
I feel you, bro. Hey, in other news, I don't feel like y'all own enough Ondo. Just saying.
No doubt.
I know Clifford would. Yeah, bro, straight up. Telling you, man.
Zach, but going back to your point too, as well, and to Mars, like anybody that's downfalling on ETH or like it's silly. It really is silly for the fact like I started on ETH when I came into the protocol to blockchain, and I have love for it, but I don't have loyalty. Anybody that wants to stick on their coins or whatever, focus on that. But anybody that's talking shit and downfalling ETH, like you don't understand the full ecosystem. Is the way I feel it. So like just don't prey on people's downfall, but focus on the good shit. And like I feel to your point, ETH when it comes in, I feel like I don't know. There's no prediction, no financial advice, but like around March or so, because that's kind of like how the trends come in. Like when ETH starts to come in with all the big projects and all the big announcements, that's when you start to see things coming in a little bit more interestingly. Like this is me coming from like the different runs, but and also what is it called? COVID offshits a lot of shit. So, but I think it's coming. ETH is definitely gonna trigger a lot of stuff that to everybody's point. So just want to shut that up.
I think naturally I'm with you, bro, and I'm wondering too, like when is the institutional flip, right? Because a ton of people are up on their Bitcoin, ETF. Like, I guess you could say it's like when does the cabal happen for ETH? Like
right.
100%, bro. Like that's how that shit works on Wall Street, man. It's like it's just all a cabal. We talk about cabals in crypto, like, oh yeah, the cabal, bro. That's
yeah,
yeah, that's fractions of.
There's cabals out there.
Yeah, and we're talking big cabals in the stock market, and I think you're gonna see that shift, bro, because there's more money to be had, right?
Yeah,
There's
sure.
X's, man, and that's that people are gonna make that shift,
and there's also ramps.
It's gonna be driven by the
institution better, so I think that's gonna also help out.
My bad. Go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying there's even ramps to help facilitate that better, So I think it's just that's part of it too.
Where do y'all think ETH goes? Like you guys still like 10 to 12K this cycle? Where do y'all think it goes?
I would say 7 to 10 is what I'm kind of feeling, but who the fuck? What do I know?
Yeah, it's fun to think about. I mean, nobody knows for sure. We just need that thing moving, man. And everything will filter down. Everything will run with it.
I totally agree with that.
Zach, Payne, what are y'all doing over there?
Dude, I'm fucking chilling. I'm listening to a great conversation, man. Just fucking chilling. I don't want to interrupt, I don't want to interrupt. I did see something today that Trump signed an executive order that altcoin season starts in February, mid-February. So I saw that a little bit ago, actually. So gear up, guys.
Dang.
Yeah, I did also, Zach, I did talk to Pay. Me and Pay were going at it yesterday with Podchain. I'm trying to get Podchain to push that coin market cap for tokens, you know, out as soon as possible, because that's something big. I wasn't aware of that either, by the way. I told Paige, you know, big money projects that want to come into Podchain, they want that, you know, they got enough money to.
I think we lost you, bro. Mar, you there?
You mentioned PogChain.
Oh, I thought it was me. It was Mar. Yeah,
Mar,
actually,
take a quick lap, bro. I
speaking
think we lost you.
speaking of Podchain, Brian's about to be in here in a few minutes. They're hosting a space this morning yeah. So Brian, I talked to Brian in the back channel. He'll be here in literally like 2 minutes, he said. And, you know, give us some updates. Guys, check out Podchain. You'll see their account when they get out here. One of our top sponsors. They've been with us since end of October. So guys, definitely check them out. They're going, multi-chain, multi-dimensional. All right. That's something you haven't heard that in crypto yet. Multi-chain, multi-dimensional. I can't even say it because it's too fucking crazy.
They're going to be like Elon. They're going to go interplanetary.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're going interplanetary. That's what see, everyone's focused on Mars, that's where Elon's going, but these people are going right to Saturn. That's what I was told. That's what they're trying to do.
They're going to Uranus, apparently.
Well, hold on. Jesus Christ, my mom's in the room. What the fuck?
I'm on a different account, but
that's on a different account.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to speak on this. Forget what fucking Mars says. ETH is going to zero, man. Are you kidding me with those gas fees?
Yeah, bro, you were
I
at
agree.
ETH Maxi. You were at ETH Maxi like 6 days ago, bro.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't forgotten.
I'm just kidding.
We haven't forgotten.
Yeah, I love ETH.
Oh yeah,
I'm
go
ETH
fuck those
Maxi.
gas fees though, for sure.
I'm a Solana Maxi. I'm an ETH Maxi. I'm at anything that makes me money Maxi. I'm not a chain Maxi. I'm a crypto Maxi. But I agree. I think ETH needs to really make moves in order for altcoin season, but it doesn't help when the fucking leader is dumping on everyone. So that doesn't help at all. So, it's crazy. But when you think about it, Bitcoin really hasn't served its purpose either. Its purpose was, not to be a store value. It was actually meant for, transacting through the blockchain and actually using it as a currency. So they failed there, but it's okay. I'll take it as digital gold. But I just don't see, I see ETH maybe hitting 7 to 10. I'll be safe during the bull run, but overall in time, it's going to do better. 15, 20 years from now. But it's that catalyst, but it doesn't help when he's selling on everyone. I consider ETH literally like a slow rug pull with just the gas fees alone. He's probably just sitting back laughing. I mean, when the market's hot, you're paying $200-$300 in gas for a $70 fucking swap. So, it's crazy, but we need ETH to move in order for everything else to move. I agree with Zach 100%. When? Who knows? But
Exactly. You imagine Trump, the guy doesn't understand fucking crypto, especially decentralized. I'm sure he's got the best fucking advisors and shit like that. But he just had a meeting with the XRP guy. I could see that up there, what's going on with XRP. But you imagine if this guy from XRP just shows Trump, look, let's move some Bitcoin from point A to point B, and let's move XRP from point A to point B, and Trump sees how long it takes Bitcoin to get there. Trump will probably question, like, why does this thing even have the value it has, And this guy showing him how fast XRP could be, or even other chains. That is why, bro, Maxis right now are just like, they can't even sleep. I have a few friends.
But see, bro, listen. I think we're forgetting about something though. So Ethereum's slow. We get it, bro. Right? But so is Bitcoin. So here's the thing, though. It's more about, I think, what's built on top of Ethereum, the layers, the protocols. But this is where I think eventually that value will come back into ETH. Like this Biddle fund from BlackRock, bro. It's built on Ethereum.
But I don't understand, Zach. Why do people say Ethereum is slow? Why is it?
compared
it's
to other
expensive.
chains. But then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, they don't have the amount of transactions going through there. Like, we'll see if
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
it doesn't break down.
right, right.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. You don't want anything to break down, but I think over time there will be other chains that outdo it. Maybe not in market cap, but I mean just look at like Solana. Like just the fees alone, man, is why you move to different chains. That's really the reason.
But
People are getting smarter now coming into these spaces and they realize, yeah, I can get on this project, but why am I going to pay this much in a fee? It's worse than a credit card fee when you think about it.
but Zach, did you witness what Solana did on Trump? There were people that
Dude,
could not sell at all
yeah,
time highs.
listen, Mar, you got to give it a break with that, man. It's not Solana's fault.
Hell
Trump
no.
listen, Trump drained all the liquidity from every fucking chain. You think, and name one chain you think that would have done well?
Hell no. There's people that were trying to sell to
Caspa.
make $1 million and they couldn't sell. And
Well,
they
they're
ended up
idiots.
taking like $300,000 at the end.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. I mean, but it's not Solana's fault. I mean, they at least they got some people to help with the network and that kind of stuff. But any chain would have done that. I really think it was kind of a test too to see what some of these chains can do. Because when you're onboarding, we're talking 90% of people into crypto, which that probably would never happen. None of these chains could handle any of that kind of volume.
Exactly.
I don't care. I don't care what kind of you got the best fucking layer 0, 1, whatever.
Ethereum handled Shiba's volume, which was beyond
Crazy.
more.
Yeah.
But that's a long time ago. We're talking now. You got a saturated market.
But still, the biggest DeFi protocols. I mean, Uniswap. What's the one that Trump has in his World Liberty Aave in his World
Yeah.
Liberty Financial portfolio? MakerDAO, like all Curve, like they're all built on Ethereum. Like Chainlink, fucking Chainlink.
Yeah, Chainlink is great. I've been preaching Chainlink, man. I love Chainlink. I like what they're doing. But I guess my point is yes, I'm Ethereum maxi, but I'm also seeing other chains doing it better and cheaper. And over time, they will achieve either beating Ethereum, maybe not market cap, but in maybe users. And people are going to save more money unless Vitalik does something to help. But right now, he's not helping. He's selling on everyone on their chain. There's a reason things aren't really moving. People are paying attention. This isn't 2021 anymore. I don't care what anyone says. What Trump
100%.
did changed the game completely. And unfortunately, for some people that are chain maxis, other chains are going to creep up on these things and do better and faster. And I think being a chain maxi is just completely ridiculous because there's a lot more money to be made in other chains. Yeah.
I want your thoughts on this. Would you agree for this bull cycle that we're currently in, would you agree that we need Ethereum in order for a real true altcoin season to happen? Like right now?
No.
But how do you get there? Because Solana set new all-time highs. That didn't do anything to for alt season. SWI, I mean, shit, I was buying SWI at 60 cents. I'm killing it on my SWI, but it's not doing anything for the market. XRP pumped to Valhalla, did a 6x in a month. Where's altcoin season, bro?
Yeah, I don't think it's based.
No, but I said it. But Zach, I said it yesterday. All these pumps. I'm sorry, Zach. All these pumps of XRP, of Dutch, it's just a huge correction, dude. From 2021, because they were so behind. They're so behind. It's a huge correction, and we are not having off season without Ethereum, Zach. We're not. There's so many projects. There's so many projects building on Ethereum on the now and in the past that I just can't see it, man. I just
don't
can't
get it twisted, bro. I hold Solana, I hold SWI. Like I've got all the competitors too, man. I got Cardano. Like I'm not sitting here like I'm not an ETH maxer. You guys know that, but we need Ethereum. I agree.
I agree. We need it. I agree. But the only flip side I see on this is we see any movement until Trump starts talking about everything crypto. And he's loaded right now. There's a reason it's not moving right now.
Well, just look what he's doing. He's
He
stacking
bought $10
Ethereum.
million worth of Ethereum yesterday,
That's-
and he bought $10
listen.
million worth today, bro.
This is no different than what fucking Elon or all the top people do. They're not going to mention it until their bags are ready to go, and then they're going to fucking send it, and then they're going to dump on everyone. So I guess the real point
That's
to
fine.
all
Just
this
send
is,
it to 14K so I can cash out too,
Wow.
bro.
right.
The
That's what I'm saying.
president
My,
dump on us, bro. That's crazy
my-
to hear.
my point right now is what I said earlier. I know I'm on a different account and putting away some clothes in my house, but you need money on the side to be buying when they're buying, because when the time's right, they're going to send this thing to fucking the moon, and you guys are going to be late, and you're going to catch that green candle, and all of us are going to sell on you.
Fuck that. No, I got
That's
my
true.
targets, bro. I'm selling too.
Exactly. So buy the shit, buy Ethereum, buy all this stuff, and right now, Trump Jr. is telling his dad, "You're not going to make any freaking money on Bitcoin. Buy these altcoins, and then we're going to send this fucking thing to the moon." And we're going to sell on everyone, and we're going to be rich. We're going to be the rich Trump family.
I will say one thing too. Uniswap. I was looking at Uniswap yesterday. It looks like a good trade right now, bro. I'm telling you, like if we think Ethereum's going to go, Uniswap, Aave, like these DeFi plays. I mean, in addition to like the top memes like Shib and Pepe, and I've mentioned a couple other ones too. Ethereum name service is super volatile. That's a great trading option there. And same thing with Lido DAO. Like all this shit built on top of Ethereum that's solid. Like that's how you can get exposure to Ethereum without getting exposure to Ethereum, if that makes sense.
I agree. I think February is going to be a bullish month. I think people should be stacking right now, not financial advice. But I think once Trump sends it, it's going to send completely. And you do need Ethereum 100%, but I've now adjusted. I used to be like completely 100% Ethereum, but I see even Solana like come split 50-50 now and have some capital on the side, no matter which way it goes. But I think once he starts really talking DeFi and Eric Trump and all of them are really talking to their father at dinner and going, "Yo, you might as well put your money in this stuff and send it because Bitcoin is already such a high value. Yeah, I'll do well, but you're going to make more gains." And Trump is here to make money. He's like all of us here. It's just he's at a higher caliber. But when he's buying this stuff, there's a reason he's not talking about it. Everyone wants him to send it right now, but he needs to get his positions ready before he really sends it. That's just how the world works, man. Unfortunately, the top wins. You just got to front run them. So right now is a good opportunity to buy Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and all of that stuff, honestly. And buy some fucking Podchain. Thank you.
Hey, is anyone tracking Nancy Pelosi's wallets? Because I'm sure she's buying.
Yo, that's funny.
She bought a bunch of stocks like a couple weeks ago. They got some crazy things you could subscribe to and follow, like all the Congress people. Yeah. I think the one's called Boris Finance. I actually subscribed to it for like a couple months. It was decent.
Yo, real quick, we have Clifford here, but our lead sponsor of today, and most of the time as well as Bitcoin Base is in the room, Paul Shane. Paul Shane, good morning. It's Brian. I assume on the account, but we'll get to Clifford real quick. Clifford, make it quick.
Oh man, I could have gone.
Let him cook, Paige. Let him fucking cook.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, Zach, to your point, from Subway, I think ETH is being suppressed purposefully, and I'll say why. The ETF has changed the game for ETH. All right, so Vitalik, all of this arguments and everything on public display, it's all just to cause fear, in my opinion. And then you've got the ETH Foundation selling, which is making everyone say, "Oh God, ETH sucks. They're so stupid. Oh, they can't do anything right. They're so expensive. Blah blah blah." Next thing you know, boom, they freaking hit it, and it goes to what you guys are talking about, and they just break the dam loose, right? They're working in the background. I promise. I believe the second crypto that has the ETF, the only active second one, I believe. And don't want to, point to anything, but to Paige's point a little bit earlier about the mid-February, I believe that correlates pretty good with the executive order that was signed. And in February, agencies must list current rules and policies that impact digital assets. By March 25, agencies must decide which rules to keep, change, create, or share recommendations. July 25, working groups must give the president a planned regulation on digital assets, focusing on stable coins, market rules, consumer protection, and risk management. And they have to have all of this done within 180 days. So that's probably where the mid-February comes from. And then finally for XRP, Brad Garlinghouse meeting with Trump so much, don't want to piss off anybody from the XRP community. But the reason he's probably meeting so much is because, and I'm sure everybody remembers, the $10 million that was donated to the Harris campaign, he's probably trying to get in there and get in good graces now, just from the outside looking in on that one. But you all know,
Just so we know that that wasn't Brad though. That was
yes,
Chris,
I know,
that was Chris Larson, right?
I know,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. But you know, and we all know how Trump feels about that kind of thing. So, and Brad has said some outspoken things as well. So he's probably trying to get in there and be buddy buddy. Nothing against XRP, like I said, and no fault to him either. He's doing what he's got to do, and maybe he will do it, and I hope he does. But just a couple points, and sorry that was long winded.
Don't flood my bags, bro.
My bad.
Hey, but pump the hell out of Ondo, okay?
Send it.
Ondo's going to be the top RWA by market cap play by March. You heard it here first. That'd be wild, bro. But I mean, would it be shocking?
No, not to me. BlackRock.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yo, Clifford, did you just
JP
change
Morgan,
your
bro.
profile picture?
Say what?
Did you just change your profile picture mid-space?
No. No. I
Yo,
changed it a couple days ago.
We know Brian from Paw. They're not chain maxis, man. They got all the chains cooking. But Brian, we're talking about Ethereum, man. Like, we're saying we need Ethereum for a full-on altcoin season. What's your take on this, man? I want to hear your thoughts.
100%. I think Ethereum is the most important one out of all of them for altcoin season. To be honest, I think it being held down is what's holding us back a little bit. There is so much in stables, guys, on Ethereum. We're talking, I think it's $80+ billion. All the L2s, all the projects, all built on Ethereum. Sonium building on Ethereum. These new chains coming out, guys. We 100% need Ethereum to kick off that alt season. And I agree with Clifford. I think this is being held down. This is strategic to allow certain people to add to their positions, stack bags, the ETFs to get in at cheaper prices to when everybody knows that this blow off top is going to happen. Ethereum is going to run, guys. It's going to happen. The price of it now is a steal. In my opinion, I think it's only a matter of time. But here's like my thesis. What I've noticed, guys, going to literally hundreds of spaces, listening to thousands of pitches, tons of conversation, and just downloading it all. What has gone on in the market recently has just been a liquidity suck from these meme coins. And the Trump token took it to a whole new level. So I believe a majority of people are exhausted, not only mentally, but financially. They are simply out of capital. I was in a space the other day and we're talking about, I'm like, hey guys, how many people in this room right now, there's over 100 people in there, own any of the top 20 cryptos? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Cardano, so on and so forth. A few hands go up, and then I ask how many people don't own any of it and their positions are solely in meme coins. Dude, the whole room lit up. And then I ask them who's up, who's down. Majority of people are down because they've been playing this meme coin game and they've got rinsed, while the big money guys is extracting this liquidity. Where do you think they're going to put it? XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, these top plays. And then once they run, where are they going to take gains, guys? They ain't going to be going to play in pump fund shitters. They ain't going to be running around looking for another meme coin. They're going to stick the blue chips and they're going to look for strong utility projects where they can turn X's and make even more money, and that's what alt season is. That's when utility gets its time to shine. I believe there are exhaustion right now in the meme coin market. It's why Crypto X is going insane because so many people have their whole positions wrapped up in meme coins and they have absolutely gotten slaughtered. So keep an eye on that. Follow the damn money. Guys, Ethereum is going to run and we need it to run and it will. And we will all have that all season we talked about. It's only a matter of time. Fed meeting today, I believe we're going to come out of this with a little bit of market recovery. People always panic before the Fed meeting, because of uncertainty, things like that. So just hold the line, keep stacking Ethereum, keep getting into those top assets, hold your conviction plays, things you believe in, and you'll be fine. And don't get me wrong, guys, there are memes that are going to print. There are, the big ones, Doge, Pepe, the list goes on that are well established, have communities, have big whales involved. They're going to run. But I think the liquidity grabs from all these pump funds, all these other projects that are launching, kind of got everybody fatigued right now. And there's going to be a shift. And I think that shift is coming in the next 30 to 60 days.
Let's go. Let's go. We need it, man. I mean, I don't care where people sit, this maxi. If you're in crypto, like diversified the way you should be, I mean, you want Ethereum, man. You want Ethereum to make a run. It's going to filter down to the rest of the market. And it might not be like that forever. Zach, to your point, it may not be like that forever, but it is like that right now. Mutasco, what's up, man? Or Zach, go ahead. You got something?
Oh no, I agree with you. Yeah, Ethereum. It's hard to beat these top, altcoins. They will always be there, but I think over time things will progress and be better and better and better. And if they don't catch up or innovate, they're going to get left behind. That's why I love Botchain. Honestly, I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor. See what they're doing. They're multi-chain. They got no fucking ego. They're embracing everyone, projects, everything. Like they will be a top player, and I'm be proud to say that they came on the Breakfast Club, and we had this great partnership with them, and we saw them go to 100 billion market cap, and I'm laughing on Paw Yacht Club with Zach and Payne.
There's going to be a yacht club, dude. We're going to be worldwide. Japan, we're heading to come to Japan. Yeah, you guys Payne's going to invite us over for a nice dinner from the house I got him. It's going to be great, guys.
Buy me a cup of coffee. That's all I ask for.
You got it, man. All the Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts you can handle. I got your back. Yeah.
Listen, if Paul Chain goes to $100 billion, the show is now called the Paul Chain Breakfast Club, not the Crypto Breakfast Club. I will officially change it. I don't give a fuck. Like we're going.
Hey, I'm just saying, $100 billion. Who's going to be here to host it?
I will. I'll be Zach from Paw Chain.
I'll be Zach. I'll be Paul XPO. We'll all change our fucking names real quick.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck you're going to do with your name. Figure it out.
Hey, Payne,
Zach.
Just want to share a couple quick updates, guys. Dex Tools is imminent. Literally any day now. We're hoping by Friday, Saturday with that coming. So keep that in mind. I believe that this is our biggest catalyst yet. 22 million people use Dex Tools, guys. Every time you get a CA, what do? You go over to Dex Screener, Dex Tools, type it in, look at the charts, look at the wallet holders, look at the liquidity, all those different things. And I believe some of these memes that we have building on chain are going to get their time. And people are going to see that. What's this Paw Chain? And they're going to look into it and say, hey, I can buy this meme with Solana, with Base, with BSC, with Arbitrum, all these different native assets, AVAX, and at just one click, and it's done in less than 30 seconds. I just went cross-chain. Man, I tell you what, when that clicks, when people realize how easy it's going to be to just go cross-chain instead of taking 4 to 5 transactions, 30 minutes of your time, that's when this snowball is going to start going down the mountain. And I've been saying the hardest thing to do, guys, as a project, as a builder, is getting traction in the space. That ball at the top of the mountain is like 50,000 pounds, and it's so hard to get started. But once you give it that push and you get it moving, dude, there is no stopping it. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to spread like wildfire, and people are going to jump in. And we got an amazing community. That's what's the great thing about building organically without these VCs. Has it been difficult? Yes. Is it a challenge? Yes. Is it hard on our team to grow our community, to be patient, to let these things develop? It is, but it's going to be all that more rewarding because we have that foundation established. So when these new users do come on, when they jump into our community, they have hundreds of people who've been a part of it, who can welcome them in, who can show them how to use it, who can troubleshoot, walk them through the process of using our chain and exactly what we are. And that's going to be so beneficial. Like we will reap those rewards of that 2 years of building organically over these next 12 to 18 months. And I can't wait for it. What we accomplished has been great, but I'm more excited about what's to come because market's going to shift. Liquidity is going to come in on top of all this stuff. And we just simply offer a unique solution like no other. We are one of a kind. And I think people are going to appreciate that tech, being able to bridge seamlessly with the click of a button. And I'm here for it, man. And like I mentioned earlier, my bags are packed. I'm not the one freaking out. I dabble. Meme coins, they're fun, but they make up the correct percentage in my portfolio. Ask a Bitcoin holder right now if they're upset about this market. You know what I mean? A Solana holder, people that have been buying since 2018, 2017. They're not. They're pretty happy right now. They're not panicking. They're not jumping off the roof, because their favorite meme coin just went down 80 to 90%. Make that you. Be that investor, guys. Take a longer term approach. It's very difficult to get rich in this space in one day, in 1 week, in a month. It's so unlikely. You have to be extremely lucky or know the right people. But you know what you can do? You can change your financial status in life in 4 to 5 years. That's it. I know it may sound like a long time, but that is not a long time, guys. Normally, 401k, it takes you 30 to 40 years to build up a retirement fund that you can live comfortably. You can accomplish that in 4 to 5 years in this space if you're willing to learn and get into the right projects and put the time in. Come to spaces like the Breakfast Club where guys are just spitting alpha because they've been there, they've done that, they've been in this space. That's why they're successful, because these guys up here, we put the time in already. We've seen a bull cycle, we've seen a bear market. That's what we speak on. So follow everybody up here, learn from them, and realize, hey, I can do what they did over the course of about 4 to 5 years. Please take a macro view. If you do that and you're willing to put in the time to learn, I promise you, you will be successful in this space.
But see, on top of that, I want to give you guys a shout out, a huge shout out, because I see a problem that you're solving when it comes to multi-chain. Literally one liquidity pool over multiple chains. That's how you stop chains from bogging down. Now imagine if they had that, if you had the Trump token on that, you know what I mean? Nothing would get really congested, because you could literally swap on a different chain if something is acting up. So you're really providing some great new technology that I'm bullish on. I see the value in this, and I think people are underestimating it. I don't think they truly understand what you guys are building. And I do, because I see certain chains get bogged down, but if one chain's bogged down, you could just swap on another chain, go through PawChain. So right there, you are solving problems that the space needs, and that's how we bring mass adoption into this space. Buy some PawChain. Shout out to Mar.
Zach, and one thing I do want to bring up, because I've had a few people, message me, hey Mar, I know you always, talking about PawChain, but look what this, look what Phantom just did. Now they go multi-swap. Look what this people, they're swapping. I go, yeah, but they're not a chain, and that's what some of the people in the audience need to understand. Yeah, there's gonna be multi-swaps out there, of course, but they're not launching projects that are multi-chain. And PawChain is a blockchain that you could launch your token on 10 or 11 different chains right now. I have so many that I lost count. And they have the swap also, to swap multi-chain. So people are confusing these swaps that are multi-chain now with Paw. Paw is not just a swap.
Right.
It's a blockchain where people and that is why I'm so big. And I didn't realize something, and I'm gonna bring it up right here, Brian.
Okay.
When is the time frame? Because I am a big CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. When are projects gonna be able to be listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap? Because I was telling Paige, look, you got all these meme coins that are dropping on Podchain. That's fine, it's fun, bringing the volume, baby, pump my bags. But serious projects, that want to come into Podchain, okay, with money, with backup money that they could be listed on CoinMarketCap the first day. They have no problem with that. Wanna have CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko in their side. So by what's the time frame? What before my birthday? Before my birthday is late March, by the way. Am I getting my CoinMarketCap? Because I love CoinMarketCap. I hate them at the same time, but I have a love-hate relationship towards everything except my daughter. So CoinMarketCap, are we getting it? Are we getting it the first quarter of this year?
I know in the order that we're going to do this, Mar, I believe Dex Screener is next, and then we're doing CoinMarketCap.
Yes.
So I want to, before I give you an answer on a timeline, I need to know because every provider has their own kind of version how they want the API structured and built. Now that we've done it for Dex tools, it's just a matter of, hey, what is CoinMarketCap requiring? What are the requirements? How can we customize and build it for them? Because normally what happens, guys, is Dex tools takes a long time, and they'll use your API and build it themselves. But to expedite that process, we ask them, what do you need? And our devs built it custom. So we just handed it over to them for implementation, a plug and play. So I'm assuming that's what we'll do for like Dex Screener's CoinMarketCap as well. And keep in mind, we'll have to look into price because they do charge for these things, for chain integrations. But I don't think that'll be a problem. It'll be Dex Screener first, and then CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. Let me talk to the devs, the team, to get a timeline. Considering how long it took the Dex tools, but now it's built, and we probably just got to do a little swapping around. I don't think it will be the 3-4 months that it took for us to build, because we built it. It's built now.
And the thing I do want to say, Brian, is that you guys have done a phenomenal job when it comes to getting those Dex tools ready. Because remember that, like, Podchain is not a fork or a hard fork or a mini fork, whatever it is, like Cardano. It's a whole new chain that you're going to be running on your own language, I think, in a year from now, which is called Paul SI, whatever it is. But anyways, it's taking you guys a few months to get into Dex tools. And I want people to understand this. Even chains that are forked on EVM takes them, they haven't been able to get into Dex tools.
Right.
They haven't been able to get into Dex tools.
It took Tron over 3 years, guys. We're going to get it done in about 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's the catalyst, Mark. CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, it's great and gravy and all, but the true catalyst is charting.
No. I mean, no. 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'll take Dex tools over 10 CoinMarketCaps. Of course, you need the chart, you need everything. But then I'm thinking, once you get into Dex tools, it's gonna get easier. And I also have heard stories that CMC, they'll speed up the race if money, they're different.
Money talks, man. Everybody knows that. But money talks.
But Mar, I'm giving Podchain on Nova Trending their own section once they're integrated with Dex Screener, because I use the APIs off of that, not Dex tools, because it does a lot better with multi-chain stuff. But Podchain will have its own section for any project on there, and I'll do complimentary promotions for anyone that wants to get on Podchain, because that's what we do at the Breakfast Club. We network projects and investors together, baby. Let's go. I'm so fucking bullish on Podchain. As you can tell, Mar doesn't know what I'm talking about. Just know, Mar, you're going to get your yacht, and somehow you'll still complain on the yacht. You'll be the biggest. You'll be like, this fucking yacht's so slow. Podchain can be better.
Listen, you got no. I don't listen. For first of all, I don't want to know anything about boats. I work in boats for fucking 24 years. I want to buy a rocket. One of those Elon rockets. I want to go to Mars. I'm way past yachts, man. I want my rocket.
This is it's crazy.
And all this, but I don't think people truly understand what they're building. And we're all still early to this. And we can always say when this hits $1 billion that it was on the Breakfast Club. Can you believe that? Think about that. That's so
Exact too. Not just not a fork. Almost every single chain in existence has used some kind of base code from Ethereum. Like even like Solana, some other ones have done that. Everything we've done, it's 100% custom code. It is brand new from the ground up. So it just takes some more time to like get these things built out and implemented, and to get it work with the current chart providers. But as we grow and be successful, we'll start having central exchanges at our chain. You know what I mean? That's just going to come with time as we continue to build out.
But here, Mark, I just want to speak on this too, because I see a lot of chains, I see a lot of bullshit. Brian and Podchain's out here. You can talk to them. They're in every space. I see everything. They're out here grinding. Those are the projects that will succeed, not the ones that stay in the background in the shadows doing nothing, waiting for something to happen. No, they're out there grinding, working. They're getting things accomplished. I'm just bullish, man. I can see the work ethic, and that's why I invested. I invest in the leaders behind the projects, not just the project and catchy names and stuff like that. No, people out here grinding and actually making a difference in the space. And what you guys are building is what is needed to onboard mass adoption into this platform. You need when something's really, think of like another Trump token, right? And you could go swap that on Podchain for another chain to get out when one chain's bogged up. Like that, I see so much value in that. And I think big companies will see that also once they understand. But we're so early because, we're not even on DEX tools yet here. So let's talk about that, how so super early we are. And I can hear this.
Quick reminder, make sure y'all are following Paw. Hop into their Telegram, see what they've got cooking up. Spend 5-10 minutes today just looking through their website and all of the various things they're doing. Truly, like if you care about crypto and you care about blockchain, this is where we're moving. This is where we're going. And this is a project that's really innovating the space. They're not just talking about it. It's not just vaporware. It's real. So I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, and on top of that, guys, real quick, they ran up to 30 mil recently without DEX tools, without DEX Screener, without CoinMarketCap, without none of that. 30 mil, just none of that, guys. You get DEX tools, DEX Screener, all that bullshit for like 3-4 months. Podchain's gonna be at like 300 mil, and then I'm gonna be like, Brian, you owe me a house. Even though we said $1 billion, I'm bumping it up to 300 mil now because you're gonna buy me a house.
Whoa! Come on now, you can't change the terms of a deal. No. I got some other Alpha 2 guys. This Saturday, I'm doing a massive space. If you guys haven't been following, Abstract Chain, getting a ton of attention and hype and everybody around it. So I'm going to be doing a space with many members, maxis of that chain, and they're going to be introduced to Podchain because that's going to be one of our next EVM connections. We're going to be hooking up with the Abstract Chain, trying to take advantage of some of that momentum. And I believe the other one we're going to be doing is Gnosis, another EVM chain. And then we're already working on our build out for Sui and Tron. So like we're just going to keep going, keep bringing these chains together, these ecosystems together. And the reason why the ability exists to get in early, guys, is because we took a unique approach, a different approach, and didn't do VC funding. We didn't raise $300 million in seed funding like Sui did. It just didn't happen that way. But the ability to get in at a $13 million market cap, at a $14 million market cap, that's why it's available. And if you're willing to learn, have a little bit of faith, trust. I know it's a risk. You kind of see these things, but it's no more than a risk than going over to Solana and playing on the meme coins, because we're going to provide actual value and problem solving to big problems in the space that we already do. You mentioned, Pate, about us not being on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. There is volume that no one even sees. Like our volume on like Dex tools right now in our rat pool, you like triple, quadruple that, because we're getting anywhere from 100 to 150,000 a day on chain that nobody even sees yet. And that's what they will see when Dex tools does go live. You know, people be able to see the volume, the growth that's been happening behind the scenes, the wallet creations going up every day, transactions increasing every week. Those are the things that we see on the team, in the community. And, you know, that's what gives me hope, gets me excited, because I can kind of see it, how it all unfolds. And all you guys have to do is simply look at other blockchain protocols. Look at Solana, look at BSC, look at Polygon, how they started. Their charts traded flat for years. No one even talked about Solana until mid 2020. It launched in 2018, guys. Nobody, it just trades flat. It takes time, and then boom, it just happens. You wake up one morning, there's a god candle, and everybody is talking about it. And I think that's what's going to happen with us. And it's going to be one hell of a ride, man. I'm here for it with all the work we put in. It's just going to be such a rewarding feeling to be a part of that moving forward. And like I say this every time I come to your space, guys, the way you guys have treated us, our community, welcoming us in, it has been nothing short of spectacular. And the speakers on this panel, shout out the UK Crypto Queen. I see her all the time in the spaces. Hope you're doing well today. Mar, Zach, Pate, all you guys, Matasco down there. I mean, I can keep going on and on. It has just been incredible, and we deeply, deeply appreciate it. And I cannot wait to come on these spaces 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, when we are all doing our thing, and it's just one big party. And I'm signing the title for Pate's house in Japan, and all these things are happening, and we are having a